Hey guys, we're back with iGeneration. I'm Alex.
I'm Elon.
I'm Anna, and today we are going to be discussing Are You Your Number and does quantifying the world around us tell us everything? What do y'all think?
Numbers have value. I mean, numbers are representative of a value, that is for sure. Yeah. But numbers don't make up everything.
True. It's just that, as a stat, like, if numbers have a lot to have in place when it comes to like population calculation. Like if you need to know what's the population of this city or this state, that comes into place. But it shouldn't count as if you're doing social media wise. Like I must have this number of people to follow me so I can gain more attention, or this number of likes. Because that's when you know that you're a success.
Yeah, or
now,
even like GPA.
Yeah.
Or GPA wise, or SATs.
Yeah, physically we are numbers. We are over a trillion cells. We are a certain weight. We are a certain height. And we're also quantitative thing. We have a certain eye color, certain hair color, certain skin color. And then those things make up who we are physically. Now, what bugs me, and again, I'm quoting from the guy who created standardized testing. Standardized testing is too cruel to be used. This is the guy that made standardized testing.
Here we are.
Whoever created, you're such a genius. Thank you so much.
He did it, and never released it. He did it, and he didn't want it to be used.
What?
He made it and said this shouldn't be used.
What about
SATs
or ACTs?
Yeah, that's standardized testing.
That's the one.
He created.
But did someone like take his idea and implement it?
Yeah. Even though he said he didn't want it to be used, he said it was too cruel to be used.
But don't you think, he has a point, because one, it puts so much stress on a student to achieve this number just to get into a college, and more importantly, it's not necessary. It doesn't show, like, I think numbers wise should be only used necessary for applying for a school if it's your grades or maybe your GPA. But
even then, your grades aren't representative of what that is. Like,
yeah,
for
it's
me,
just a letter, yeah.
Like, if I'm in art class, there's something that I'm horrible at doing, and that is giving myself critique. And you might say, "Oh, you're one of those people that can't like give the negative things about their." No, I am that person. I can't come up with anything positive about my artwork. I'm that person. I'm that artist. I am my own worst critic to an extreme.
We're all like
so because of that, I have like one of my grades in critiquing are really low, and but that pulls down my whole grade, even though I know my art history, I do my art, I know the techniques to do and the stuff. Or for you're in class and English, English class, you might have a great concept of reading. You might be great at doing grammar, you can write your essays, but you might not be the best at coming up with poetry, and that poetry would bring your grade down, and overall it would cause it to not really be a representation. Now, the only one I would say would be a representation is math, because math is numbers, therefore it can be represented by numbers.
And it can be used in any situation in life. It doesn't have to be explicitly complicated, but even just simple math can be used in everyday life situations. You never know.
Like, if we're going to numerically value things, we can't combine all the standards into one subject. Like, math is math. Math is numbers. If you can't do those numbers, you don't get good number grade. Yeah. But English, like, you can be good at one thing, but you aren't good at the other thing, and that pulls it down. So, like, it's things like that kind of make that. But I wanted to really mention that numbers are a part of us. We have to deal with having labels of numbers, but they are only part of us. Numbers are a part of us, but they are only part of us, if that makes any sense at all. Like, You are not entirely made of numbers. You have other things. You are not just numbers. You are made of your numbers and your actions and your decisions, and, that makes up you.
Yeah, you have your own, like, not only actions, but as a personality standpoint as well. You're your own person. You have your own aspects of yourself as a physical being than just like a walking, like a digit number, or like a walking number that's just part of this whole blob of it.
And it's the same thing as you are not your name. Like, there's meanings of names.
Yeah.
Like, your name can be, like, my name means, my full name means protector of man. So it's like if I am my name, that would immediately imply that I would have to go into the army or something to protect mankind. But that's not who I am. So I shouldn't be determined like that. So so yeah, it's not even really numbers. It's words. It's really words and numbers. Are you your number? Are you the words that are used to describe you? If people are bullying you and saying, "Oh, you're fat," or "You're weird," or "You're skinny," and stuff like that, don't let that define you. You are not the words that people call you. You are not the numbers that people give you. You're you. You are you, and that is pretty much. That's really all I really need to say about it. Now, there is one more thing I do want to talk about, and that is, you mentioned it earlier, I call it self-numbering. Self-numbering or self-categorizing is usually caused by social media and popularity. So you would demote yourself, my friend has more likes on Instagram than me, therefore I am
more views.
Or more views on YouTube, therefore I'm lower than that person. I call that, and then, for popularity, like, this person has this specific outfit and I don't, or this person is this weight and I'm not. And I would call that self-numbering and self-categorizing, or really, I say self-numbering just to bridge it all together. And that's a serious problem, especially, and I've noticed it's very prevalent, especially in middle school. Like elementary school,
it's not really.
It's not too much of a problem because they haven't really hit puberty yet. They're not as important as It's not. Is it there? Yes. Is it that bad? No. Because at least it wasn't for me because of the fact that there wasn't that much. I mean, I don't know. Kids nowadays are getting cell phones earlier and earlier, to social media accounts earlier and earlier. So I can see the problem creeping down into elementary school. But really, it's that, like, at least for American grade levels, about 3rd grade is where it really starts, but it gets really bad 5th grade and then 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That's where, there's a lot of, a lot bullying really kicks up because puberty starts and, you get acne and, there's like, that person doesn't fit in with us.
And mental illness.
But in the mental illnesses, people get picked on for that even in the beginning. Like, for me, I'm autistic. I'm proud to say that. But because I was autistic, various stimuli or the different textures and stuff, like, I hated getting my shoes wet. There was one year I tried to fit in with everyone else, and I got those Converse shoes, which are made of canvas. And they got wet. And they started, like, shrinking around my feet, and I had a panic attack because of that. And, everyone was, like, laughing at me. And, like, it's things like that are just kind of ridiculous that, it's, and, like, again, my fault for wearing canvas shoes when it was raining, but I was trying to fit in, which is another thing. You shouldn't have to fit in with other people.
Don't let people define who you are.
Be unique and be yourself.
No offense to Sophia and the other robots, but don't be a robot. Don't be what other people force you to be.
Or expect you to be.
Don't be that, like, black sheep in a sea of white, like, black sheep in a sea of white.
No,
sheep.
Be the black sheep.
I mean, be like.
Don't follow the crowd and don't be like
the
rest.
The black sheep.
I mean, don't be the black sheep that tries to fit in with a white sheep.
Yeah, don't be. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like we're all unique. We're all different. Even identical twins, they're different. It's something it's beautiful. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter
what political party
it doesn't matter who you are, what you believe in, what you align to, because you are beautiful and you are unique, and those views that you have just make you even more unique. So really, what we want to say is that embrace that uniqueness. We want you to be you.
Yeah.
That's
about it.
Yeah, so if you're, like, someone who's, like, female, you can like sports. If you're, like, the opposite sex, like a male, you can still, like, dance and stuff. So do you.
Like, my brother loved ballet, and he got a lot of teasing from his friends that, he did ballet because he's a guy.
But guess what?
And if you're a guy who likes ballet, just point out that most football coaches force their football players to do ballet because it helps you with balance. It helps with like flexibility.
Yeah, and so like with that as a dancer myself, it helps you a lot with a lot of coordination as well, and it helps you a lot in like practice. So make fun of all you want, but it helps you a lot from a physical in an activity standpoint as well, and it gives you a lot of freedom as well and expression.
And with these younger generations, I'm loving how the line between male and female is blurring to becoming just something that it's a human activity. It's no longer a girl's activity or a guy's activity. It's a human activity. And I know that some people are upset about this, and I know that some people say that there should be some things that are separated. But well, tough Kaczynskis. Guys can be good at doing makeup, and girls can be good at building robots.
So just be you.
Just be you. Don't let other people tell you who you should be. Let you tell you who to be. With that, I'm Alex.
I'm Anna.
I'm Elon.
And we'll see you guys next time.